I'm Loki Glitterati, and this is called Scary That Mary Wasn't a Whore, She Pleased Jesus, and then more. Cocky clergy got off in a hurry, sloppy and blurry their blunder condition. I stop and swerve for their Christ mistress underwritten. A half-tails, those ass-pails were terrified of the real lore lasting with males. Snap my fingers, black magic lingers, lightning flashes in the sky above my eyes cracks, like the crescendo track of a country singer. Conquering across the country was a real hungry scene, until I met Mary Magdalene, proceeded with the visions obscene, past the shadow of death's ravine, and the guillotine of Nazarene, to steal this queen from off the scene. A wounded left winger, too soon to swoon, this mud slinger just had to be sure, no cure for a view through booze. Too interred to slur my words, straight sex leaves nothing obscured. Sin only begins with a viewer's lens, impure. Go fill your depends, filthy close-minded cur. Faded and hazy, drunkenly swaying in a lazy breeze, Mistress Magdalene slipped behind the scenes, but I'm too tipsy to pull an identity. The tip of grace, even when so shit-faced, I'm hardly seeing in 3D. My mistake wasn't in the risk to take, but the fix of fate for this pirate rake, to introduce undercover and seduce the mother. 2 millenniums tried to uncreate, whose paladin painted from between her legs. Medieval to modern history of late, every native land spanked, depraved lifespan ended by man's hand. Christianity ever did take. Cocky clergy got off in a hurry, sloppy and blurry their blunder condition. I stopped and swerved for their Christ mistress underwritten. A half-tails, these ass-pails were terrified of the real lore lasting with males. While no mumbling punk or clumsy stumbling drunk, I wasn't faking being so faded as to mistake the maiden face of the triumvirate of Hecate and Ishtar of Euphrates. All the distrust of truth left to rust like a junkie spoon. History held underground too soon, till the sound swelled from deep in her bellows and under 'em, like the spells of colors I taste and smell. After eating my enemies, cerebellum, expounding to exploding, now pouring, her crooning voice fell on ears deaf to the hell they brought on themselves. All I could hear was the agony of the years, searing with the fears, expecting their own back, like reflections of collections of dismembered tender members, precious ages to remember, smoldering embers of noses and ears I see in the eyes and tears of every homegrown to pray. Thrown away, mowed like way, where scimitars slayed, bones ground into pavement faded gray, child of the Crusades. You historical editorialists are so fucking gay. Magdalene spotted my play, sashayed my way, said you speak ignorant and honest, like a cunning linguist on chronic, and that's okay. Cocky clergy got off in a hurry, sloppy and blurry. Their blunder condition, I stopped and swerved for their Christ mistress underwritten. A half-tails, these ass-pails were terrified of the real lore lasting with males. A dead ringer for a folk singer who left her mark through the days. I said, you're Joan Baez or Janis Joplin as my mind started popping. She smiled and said, just Mary, off the charts and still chopping. I said, Mary, where's Peter and Paul? Because the Renaissance came to a crawl, set me to fall for those who saw it all. Sent the blight before my sight, now returned, interred, prepared, where the despair of witches burned, churned the soil where rustic truth toiled, so their blue spoiled when melting pot boiled would earn a groove in matriarchal martial attitude, music impartial and patriarch's theocratic tragic arc, exponential potential lost in intergenerational stunted start, runs of mental warts when hypocritical old farts made it so. Je ne veux pas rêver. I say no. Past insists to erase this, although the past misses its place to exist. It says so in every vicious missive. I didn't ask to roll subliminal splits. At first it was just a front, it seemed, but thirst at once unwinded curtain seems, blind yet certain from behind the scenes. I sought to shunt the stream. I do not want these dreams. A karma crash, perhaps, from a wobbly drunk coat of Hammurabi punk, naughty chode monk, praying that my days would be made with paying the toll that bits from the days I stole shit, absconded to survive on it, to jive, striving to ride the tide, running chronic, gunning short con lists. My life wish read like crimson mist, with dizzy twists, frighteningly elastic, like light refracted through prism's magic. Crystal tryst, honest and intuitive, but too primitive, I never got it right. So say a prayer for me tonight, if it justifies slicing subliminal slights. The toll of self-righteous indignance have brought to light. No roll, Loki, not tonight, mon ami. I don't know how to console your control, so get on and find another entity for symbiosis in prose to hit with your wish list. The exposure of tyranny and the improper imploder of the mirror me tragedy and an asshole offendee's malady requires me as an EMT to melody their insecurity when held above me, a projection of self-collection like early 3D. Before ILM, LucasArts, LSD set it free. Cocky clergy got off in a hurry, sloppy and blurry their blunder condition. I stopped and swerved for their Christ mistress underwritten. A half-tails, these ass-pails were terrified of the real lore, lasting with males. Mary said, whoa, that's not me. Mary Magdalene, you see, that's the missed vision of derision in Christianity. I said, hold your tongue, younger hunger of a mother, edified, sanctified, fit to be tied, yet still getting laid, made, in golden rustling, silently hustling, violently enlivened, wise and crone. Hold your tongue, young mother, maiden, and crone. Hold your tongue once there, with the speed of your earlier troubling despair, minus the mad dog stare. I really want to hear you scream and moan. Whoa! Again from right there. Mary bespells me to fall. So where again is Peter and Paul? Because alcohol drowns sorrows, bound or borrowed, piques adventures, speaks for unmentionable pressure, harrowing treasures of hallowed ground, since before pleasured pharaohs were around, swallowed in his expenditure, followed or scrounged, leading to sodden ground like hollow point rounds. And blind Bible miles migratory followers of this story won't be sorry for the sound or worry that you and I met, just aware we're both later found. Time travel once an oddity of the brilliantly naughty only, and clues left from future news, undisguised diatribe from blogs of rich and lonely as yet written, orally restoring historical kitten smirks with an outlaw's sure allure, begging for cures more certain and impure than murderer's verse, no worry more terse. When generations from the future return to secure a vision, asking me to fix this first. Cocky clergy got off in a hurry, sloppy and blurry, their blunder condition. I stop and swerve for their Christ mistress underwritten. A half-tails, these ass-pails were terrified of the real lore lasting with males.